go to alerts.google.com, and you're going to start setting alerts for the niche or the locality or the keywords that are most relevant to your audience, right? So in this case, I'm going to show you, a psychic spiritual niche. It's Halloween next couple days. So this is a relevant niche for right now. And, it's a good demonstration niche as well. So here are some of the alerts that I've set. Psychics being, an obvious keyword, paranormal being another. It's Halloween, so there's lots of this sort of content. I use a very specific email address for this project. For every project that I'm involved in, either as a partner, an owner, or something I'm building with clients, or even for demonstration videos like this, I always set a very specific email address to get these alerts. So Google's going to forward me these alerts, and I'm asking Google to send them to me once a day. You can actually have these things arrive like all throughout the day, but I ask them to curate the results for me and just notify me once a day. All right. So every day I get emails like this one. So October 28th, 2018. So this is what I received: the faces of New York psychics. So here's an article on, New York psychics from the New Yorker, which is a, fairly prestigious magazine. So it's not going to be a hokey article. Here's a update from, Seeing the Future, Psychic Serves Community for 50 years. Here's a sort of skeptical blog. This is a more atheistic blog. I only know this because I read this occasionally, Pathos. And this is going to obviously be a critical article about Teresa Caputo, who's a well-known psychic medium on television. This obviously is going to attempt to debunk whatever skills she may or may not have. Here's an article from the UK. Liam Gallagher takes his kids to see a psychic. So this is going to be more of a, fun sort of, celebrity style article on a celebrity who went to see a psychic. Here's a local interview with a woman who's a author and former Hollywood executive. I read this article earlier today, so I know what this is actually about. And, she just wrote a book about her experiences as a quote unquote medium. All right. So here, let's see what else we have. And this is just one day, right? All right. So this doesn't look very interesting to me. So here's what we would do. Let's go to this New Yorker article. Now, again, Google sent me this link. So now I know that Google thinks this is relevant for psychic mediumship because I set the keyword as you can see. Let's see, where was that? Psychics, right? So that's the psychics. I got way too many tabs here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so here we are. So I clicked on this, and this brought us to the New Yorker. All right. That was probably wholly unnecessary to recapitulate those 6 steps. All right, so let's look. Okay, this looks interesting, right? I don't even need to read the article. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to, in this case, just cut it. So I have the link. I'm going to go. I use a very specific tool for this that you don't need to use, right? I'm going to show you. Let's go to the main page of the site so you can see it. Let's look at our curated news stream so you can see that as well. And as you can see, earlier today, I already played with, I told you this one here, and actually I also added the Liam Gallagher article, which I forgot. All right, these are all curated links that you can see on this page. Things that are happening in the celebrity psychic world, because this directory is a community of famous psychics. All right, so let's go to this tool that I use, which is called, it's a plugin called SNAX Snacks. You don't need to use this, but this is what I use for our communities. I'm going to go to add a link. I'm going to paste the link. it's going to bring up a nice picture that you saw a moment ago, or it's actually a picture from that link. I usually change the headlines. This is the Faces of New York Psychics, which is an exact text from the article here. All right, as you can see that there. I don't want to use the same title because I want something that's unique. And so we're going to go back here, and I'm going to say New York Psychics, the many faces of mediums in Manhattan. As you can see, I have a very poetic vibe to me. I just did that on the fly. I'm kind of proud of myself. All right, so here's a little excerpt that this plugin pulls in automatically. This is a premium plugin. I think it's 25 bucks. But you don't need to use this. I mean, you can just use Embedly or use WordPress's native, embedding feature to do this. And what I'm going to do here, I didn't even read the article, but I'm still going to add some sort of parenthetical thoughts that our platform is going to share about this article. So I'll just say something like, thinking about seeing a psychic medium in New York City, a great read from the New Yorker magazine on mediums, spiritual readings, and other occult occurrences in the Big Apple during the height of Halloween. Yay! That go? Yeah, good. I spelled it right. All right, so I just made that up, and I'm going to say check out the full article and enjoy. All right, I'm going to tag it. This is just some extra SEO juice. Halloween in Manhattan, psychics in New York City. All right. I'm sorry for the low energy vibe I'm bringing to this. I'm just really beat. But this is overdue because I know folks are asking for this. I'm going to publish this, and it's published. Now, I do some other things that I'm not going to demonstrate here. I share this to Pinterest typically. I do some other little curation tricks, which I'm not going to cover here. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the main page, and you're going to see, boom, there's that article, right? So now people who are coming to this site, now this is not a listing. This is just a piece of curated content that gives more ammunition to my audience to engage with our community, right? So they have something to read here that links right away to the New Yorker. So if you click on this, it goes to the New Yorker. Now I've also have a little excerpt of the text from that, New Yorker piece, the magazine piece, and you see my text here, right? So I have unique content, which is at least as robust, if not more than the content that I'm actually just, excerpting from the primary piece, right? Now that took me much longer than normally it would because I'm doing this as a demonstration and I'm trying to be a little bit more careful and mindful of what I write and how I'm going through this. But typically I can do 10 of these in like minutes, right? And it's really easy, and it's all ethical, white hat. Really, when I say white hat, I mean you're not copying content from somebody else or stealing content. You're linking to them so they appreciate it. You're referencing them. You're making some of your own unique statements or comments or parenthetical the thoughts about the content that you just read, and you're just going to continue to do that. So let's see another example. Let's actually use this Teresa Caputo article. Now, I don't know what it's going to say, but I'm sure it's going to be negative. Okay. So, all right, so this is something that's negative about Teresa Caputo. All right, so let's just grab it. I don't really care about her, nor do I really care about whether she's real or not, but my audience typically thinks that she's real, so they're going to be, upset with something that is really overly critical of her. So let's just real quickly go back to link type. Sometimes you have to try a different type of, with this plugin, it matters not. I'm not even going to explain that. Don't worry about it. All right, let's paste that here. And boom, here we go. Same routine a second time. All right. Let's change the title. This. All right, so we're just going to make this a little bit of a curiosity, link baity kind of piece. Is Teresa Caputo a fake? This blogger says yes. Read why. And then I'm going to say, here are our parenthetical thoughts. So Teresa Caputo is one of the most and well-loved psychic mediums in the world. It's no surprise that many skeptics and cynics believe that she is doing this service to those of us in grief. In this short article, Patheos explores what happens when things go wrong at a live Teresa Caputo event. Now, again, I want to say something really quickly. I am no SEO expert. I'm not some SEO guru. But one thing I do know is that keywords like live Teresa Caputo event are precious keywords, right? They are, if you can rank well for those, you're going to get tons and tons of traffic. I know this because this site happens to rank very well for some very specific keywords related to her. That can generate 10, 20,000 visits a week on when she has a show on TV. Like when her show is running hot on TV, this site will get, it can get 5,000 visits between 8 and 10 o'clock Eastern time when her show is running. So, something like this, you might want to bold, right? And then sometimes I'll like take this and I'll copy it and I'll paste that into the tag here, right? Or I'll, let's see, Teresa Caputo is one of the most famous. Maybe I'll copy that and paste that here. I mean, so you can play around with the SEO value when you're doing this as well. What happened there? Let's see. Let's say love psychic mediums in the world. I'm gonna do the same thing there. I get rid of that because that came out wrong. All right. We're going to say this is celebrity psychics as the category. All right, and now I'm going to publish this. So it's the same thing. I spelled that word wrong, which I'll fix later. Surprise. Now, usually what I would also do here is I would share this on Pinterest, which is just another way of getting a link and getting traffic from the folks who are following our Pinterest board for famous psychic mediums. Now, again, you're going to go back here. As you can see, the top article right now on the site is on her, as a matter of fact. This changes, every day because I'm using a plugin that tabulates that. All right, let's scroll down again, and you'll see there it is. All right, celebrity psychics is the topic. Here's the content. All right, and this is all has nothing to do with the directory piece, right? Which are the individual listings. Now, this is a very unique site insofar as the goal is a little bit different than what many of you are building. I'm building a platform with this community, right? So we're just interested in traffic, and I have a very different monetization model in mind for this community. I own a very small piece of this. I'm actually going to be doing a live course on this community because I just had this redone about 2 weeks ago. It was running a Vantage directory. We had the Vantage theme directory. We had about 500 people listed on the site, and I removed almost everybody with the exception of the real well-known folks. And I'm completely relaunching this. I'm going to share some of that in this new course that I'm going to be teaching. How, and this is really not even using a directory theme. I just made this look like a directory with, an Ajax search form where it's actually a live search form, which you can see here and here. Some other cool things that I'll show you that have gotten a really good feedback from our community. But essentially, this is more what I'm trying to demonstrate here is content curation. And what I just did is an example of how you do that really quickly and easily just with blog content. Now, what I could do, and I'm not going to do this in this video, but what I could do is I could add videos from YouTube, Facebook Lives. I could embed Facebook posts, Twitter statuses, of the people in our community. I mean, there's so many different things I could find. I could just go search Facebook and find anything that references psychic or Twitter updates that have the keyword psychic or medium or Halloween or anything like that. And then I could just go embed that. So let's do that. All right. Rather than just tell you about it, let's do it. All right. Let's go to Twitter. I don't know what Twitter account this is going to pull up. So I got to be a little careful just in case I'm working on something that I don't want people to see. We'll just pull up my Twitter account because I rarely use it. All right, let's search psychics. All right, so let's try something different. Let's try Halloween. I think that's Steven Tyler. It is Steven Tyler. All right. Thank you, Steven. Okay, we're going to embed this tweet. Come on, Steven. Play nice. I'm just going to copy this, make sure we got it. All right, let's go back. Again, this is using a plugin that most of you aren't going to have. If you want it, it's $25. It's called Snacks. I can tell you more about it if you email me. And I'm going to embed that. And there you got it. Steven Tyler says, right? I don't know. Let's make sure that is Steven Tyler. This on your end. Okay, fair enough. I didn't want to say anything insulting on Steven Tyler. And that's really not going to get us any traffic, but let's just tag it anyway. Let's publish it. And now this tweet is embedded on our community. So this is now curating Twitter content as well. I can do this with Facebook posts, with Instagram, with really anything that I wanted. And I do. And it's really, really effective. And you can do the same thing. So content curation for your community can really involve curating. Picture didn't pull, which is unfortunate because that kind of throws off the aesthetic of this page a little bit. So we'll have to go back and check to see why. Anyway, that's just a really quick and easy way of curating content for this style community. Really easy, really effective. And again, you don't need to use a plugin. I just happen to prefer more professional grade tools for these style sites. It just makes my job easier. Typically, I don't do this. I usually outsource this. So too can you. You can have someone for $10 an hour spending a couple hours a day curating 10, 12, 15 articles like this for you a day, videos, tweets, Facebook posts, and really quickly over the course of a week have 100 or 200 articles, unique articles on your site that don't take much time to create, as you can see. Okie doke. Hope that helps a little bit. I know this is not complete. I know this isn't supposed to teach you all about content curation in 14 minutes, but I hope it's clear enough that you can see how you can start to incorporate this style approach on your own site. Okie doke. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, have a wonderful night.